Alright guys, I'm back. I got the front and the back stitched on. Looks great. I haven't decided yet what kind of closure I'm going to use here. I might just use a buckle, which buckles are a pain in the butt to make, but I would make another one for it. I like to carry a bag like this crossbody, so where you put the buckle is going to make a difference. As you can see, I made a keeper to put in there too. I like the buckle behind me, so I will put it on this. I put the keeper on the wrong side, believe it or not. I'll put this down here and I'll probably stretch it down a good little bit. If I had some copper rivets, I would put those in, but I don't. And I don't really want to use chrome. I do have some brass colored ones, which I think I'll probably use. They're just ready rivets. They're not really made for holding a lot, but they will look good and I will still be stitching it anyway, so it won't make that much difference. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right there. And the same on the other side with the strap. So that's kind of where it's at right now. I think it looks pretty good so far. And you know, once it gets broke in, it's going to be a great bag to have. The pockets are, you know, fairly good size. They're about a 4x5 pocket, front and back. So I think it's going to be a pretty nice bag. Overall, it measures about 8 inches wide, about 8 tall, and roughly 3 inches deep. So it's a pretty reasonable sized bag, you know. And you know, I'm going to flip my keeper around and I'll show you what I'm going to do to hold the straps on. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Got all my holes made. Get my keeper switched around like it should be. And I have the attachment holes to attach the strap to the bag. And I haven't decided if I should stitch all the way around it like I did on my belt. It is 2 pieces of leather and they are glued together, so I think it would be best. It's going to be a lot stronger anyway if I go ahead and just punch my holes and stitch all the way around it. Punching them with a lacing chisel kind of makes it a little bit easier. Wish I had a bigger chisel so it'd go a little faster punching the hole. But you know, my big harness needles that I've been using on this project slide right through these holes without any problem. So I think I'm going to have to do that. At least I can use my stitching pony while I'm stitching it. When I stitched the bag, there was no way to use the stitching pony because I had to work from the inside and the outside. But I got the desired effect. I mean, it came out. I wanted the overlapping seam like that, and I think it looks great. But that being what it is, I'm going to punch these holes and I'll stitch them up. Not too excited about it, am I? I'm just kind of eyeballing my distance from the edge too. And I put the first prong into the last hole so I can keep my spacing all nice and even. I did sharpen this chisel and just dropped it a little bit ago too. So it's all sharp. I'm going to try to make sure you hold your chisel straight up and down so that your line stays straight on both sides. Which can be hard sometimes. There are times too that you don't want your holes to be straight. You want to do a corner stitch or something, and you just can't always have it the way you want it. So I'm not going to make you all a sit through the noise. I'll be back, and maybe I'll show you some stitching. Maybe I won't. I don't know yet. So I'll be back. Alright, I got my strap attached. It looks pretty good. Looks just like the buckle side, so I have holes punched in the strap, but I need to measure off my strap so I know exactly how long I want it. So we'll run it through the buckle and down through the keeper. I don't have any holes punched in it yet, of course, but it will give me a rough idea of where I need to put holes. Now, personally, and I'm not showing this because I don't have a cameraman, I like to carry a bag like this right on my hip. So, right about here is where it is, where it hangs right on my hip. So I want a hole here. I want one there for sure. My punch. So now I'm out of camera, huh? Alright, you ready for some Gosling? I'll move you a little bit. So that hole is going to go right about here. I'm not really going to measure. I'm just kind of going to eyeball it. I'm usually pretty good at eyeballing it. I'll just give it a twist and it'll leave a mark there, and that's right where I want it. And now, we can actually hook it up and see how that looks. And I could try it out. Oh, I couldn't have done any better if I'd have made it myself. Oh yeah, I did. I do have to say, it hangs exactly where I want it. It looks like I can take probably 6 inches off of the belt here, off of the strap, which I shall. And then I'm going to punch, run into my belt, my bench, big belly. So I'm going to, now I'll measure and I will put a hole about what looks good. We'll go about every inch. And I'll probably do 4 this way and 4 that way. And that should give a lot of adjustability to this bag. I may even go more down. We'll see how I feel. But I'll measure them off at 1 inch and start popping them in. So I'll be back with you in a bit. We're nearly done. About all I got left to do is do the stitching on the strap and figure out what I want to use to keep the flap shut and maybe for the pockets. So I'll be back. Y'all hang tight.